Alright, test 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Massmere here, and welcome in for episode 6 for Dredge. I know obviously today isn't like, this isn't like me like playing the game I usually play on Sundays. Normally I'm either like, doing like, multiplayer with people or whatever. But considering the fact that Overboard 17, she's kind of been out of commission and whatnot and everything, I pretty much decided, I need to go ahead and, it's about that second screen right there. Need to do something about that. But yeah, pretty much just due to everyone not being available to, do multiplayer tonight for, one reason or another, I decided to kind of go on and do another episode of this so I can hopefully try to, like, maybe finish with the main story, the rest of the story for Iron Rig tonight, and then, like, use tomorrow to try to, like, focus on catching, like, all the other fish and aberrations I still need to catch. And then either way, once I'm finished up with Iron Rig, that's basically going to be it for Dredge, unless they do come out with some other DLC down the line, or we get, like, a Dredge 2, hopefully, in the future. But yeah, last stream, I started the Iron Rig DLC, and definitely was enjoying it and everything, outside of, like, a particular moment that happened that maybe just for the sake of it, just because, like, it happened last time, whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and turn, like, my scare counter on again, just, like, to future-proof. Yeah, last stream, ended up having a moment happen where I ended up putting the scare counter up afterwards, because it was, like, very unexpected. Had, like, a very, nice, like, close little visit, with, certain, like, massive sea-dwelling creature. It looked a lot like Godzilla, but I, forgot the name of it, but then I kind of, like, did some digging, and I remembered that the name of the creature was Leviathan. We actually did see it, in the main playthrough of Dredge at a certain point. I won't spoil. I just forgot about that because, like, it's been so long since I played the original, like, the original story of Dredge. So anyways, with that being said, I definitely kind of, like, was digging, like, the mechanics of this, and that we got this rig that we got, like, bring parts to so they can, like, upgrade it, and then, like, gives us, like, other stuff that we can get. And we went through, caught, like, a few of, like, the new fish, with, like, with this particular gear that's exclusive to the DLC, that, even though we can basically take it wherever afterwards, but it pretty much makes it where we get, like, gear that is catered to catch, like, certain fish that we couldn't catch otherwise. So through that, we're gonna be able to catch, like, more of the, like, the Dredge Iron Rig exclusive, aberrations, or ones that were bought in, like, during, like, the Iron Rig, like, between, like, the fish and their aberrations. And I think that there might be a possibility from what I saw, like, of the log, the encyclopedia, there may be some fish they added in, like before the iron rig, or somewhere along the line that I need to go back and get now, or whatever. I think they added them in like in between the iron rig and the Pale Reach, because it was, or it may just be simply there was one at the Pale Reach that I caught that I just didn't get the aberration for. It's kind of confusing trying to understand it, even more confusing trying to explain it. My point is, there's new fish I still need to catch, and I'm planning on trying to make sure I catch everything. But I believe with the main story, I didn't actually catch all the fish on stream for that, and I want to try and make sure, like I did with the Pale Reach, I'm gonna try catch everything I can here. So anyways, we're gonna go and get the show on the road. And I'm hoping that if we don't finish this tonight, which we probably won't, unless I do a marathon session to really go through and try to catch all the fish. I don't even know if I'll actually be able to finish the story tonight. We're gonna try. At the very least, we should maybe possibly be able to put a good dent in it tomorrow, and if not finish it tomorrow, then wrap it up on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure we should be able to finish this within the next 3 streams. So yeah, and a lot of last stream was me just trying to get the hang of the controls again, get the hang of all this stuff. And I also noticed that the scare counter right there, got a bit of an issue with the scare counter, and that's blocking. Yeah, because I've got those curious about the donation goal right there, the Ko-fi goal right there. I explained it in the vlog I did earlier today, so you guys go watch that. But I've already kind of explained on the channel previously that I'm going to be moving soon, so I just kind of put that up there for those who can help, and deeply appreciate it. If not, as always, you guys' time is worth as much to me on this channel that as any kind of financial support y'all give me. So it's just up there for those who can help. I appreciate if you can, but let's just say definitely gonna have a bit of challenges over the next basically over the next month, and then at the end of August. But hopefully it's all is gonna lead to brighter days ahead finally, after everything I've been dealing with off stream. But anyways, so we already got the factory upgrade to the max, I believe. Well, we got one more tier for this. So we got one more tier for the factory that we gotta do. But I think we maxed out just by everything else outside the science lab. I don't know if we can actually upgrade the science lab. Just trying to get my bearings. Okay, yeah, so we need to go to the Stellar Basin, I remember now. Because he needs eagle shark, sea slug, Caragmachala, or whatever you call it, and a tripod spiderfish. So we've already got what we need for these, because we had upgrade our gear to the infused. But I do still need to get this fixed, because we got abyssal, Haddle, and oceanic, but we do still need our coastal and shallow, just for the sake of things. But also I've got this I'm gonna cast overboard, so that way we can have a quick warp back here. Because the way this works is that it allows us to, it gives a 2-way portal to Blackstone Isle. So the plan is, basically what this should allow us to do technically is that I'm gonna put this, I'll have a thing right here. So basically whenever we get right here to the it'll basically let us a warp between Blackstone Isle, which is kind of the center of the area, and then here. So we can basically, if we stop here, we can go to Blackstone Isle, and then afterwards we can kind of be we just go off in which direction we want to towards particular islands or whatever particular areas from Blackstone Isle. It'd just be kind of a shortcut to save us a few minutes. So anyways, alright, so now we got ourselves a portal. I think I've already kind of let me see if we actually read this. Alright, prehistoric. Nothing useful aside from confirming from with sense appears that they are indeed species that were previously thought to be extinct. Can't remember if I talked to him about all this or not, but there's even a special name for that, A Lazarus taxon. Species seemingly raised from the dead. Okay, so yeah, we ain't talking about this. Encounter strange creatures in the contaminated areas. Oh? What do they look like? You. If you're gonna describe the creatures to scientists, but as you grasp the images in your head, they melt away, replaced with swirling blackness in your mind's eye. As your description trails off, the scientist looks at you with some concern. Long night to sea. Unusual weather conditions, sleep deprivation, they can all lead to auditory and visual hallucinations. Not to worry, best to get some rest. Alright. So basically, as it stands now, we're, of course, speaking of rest, we're well rested at the moment. So I did do a little bit of stuff off stream. Just trying to remember exactly. Alright, so there's our anchor point. That'll basically take us right back here. I don't know if I can actually see the portal. See, let me go ahead and actually test it. Ah, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, there we go. My problem is, oof, that's an issue right there. It immediately, hits me, makes me alert. It immediately, like, you know, opens that eye up. So that's gonna be a problem. As long as I rest when I get over there, that'll be fine, though, but... Alright, let me at least go ahead and catch some Z's real quick when... So I can think about that. I don't know if I've ever used it before, so that's definitely gonna be a trade-off there. Alright, but like I said, the plan is... I'm gonna go ahead and, like, just turn the scare counter back off. Just because it's, yeah, because it's blocking things out. Alright, so basically what I did, as you guys can probably see here, I cleared up a little bit of inventory. I took out, like, you know, some of, like, the other, because really the reinforced crab net pots, that's the main thing I'm just going to need. So I just have those. Yeah, I got, like, you know, all, like, the infused stuff that I'm going to need, like the, I think I put it over here. Yeah, I basically put, like, all this right here, the infused winch, the infused fireproof rod, and everything I made. And this also, the encrusted talisman. But this right here is also going to, like, definitely do us some good also when we're looking for aberrations later, because it gives, like, a 10% aberration bonus. So this could, like, arguably be, like, the best, like, you know, crab net in the game for catching aberrations, or crab pot in the game. So I'm just gonna, like, just for the sake of, like, having it where I need it to be, I'll put that right there, because there's gonna be, like, mandatory stuff. The rest ain't really gonna be, well, this once I start, like, alright. And honestly, I don't really think I need, like, a complex crab pot. So I got, like, these things right here. I'm honestly not really gonna need that much. I've got, like, what I need for all this. So yeah. So we pretty much, I think we need to head over to Stellar Basin. Alright, before we do get started, guys, gotta take a quick BRB, so just hold on a second. Alright, guys, sorry about that one. Alright, but anyways, so we're gonna get on back to this. Very least, you know, that BRB wasn't exactly necessarily a bad one. Someone bought me some food, but I'll chow down after the stream. Alright, so Stellar Basin. Alright, yeah, so we gotta, like, turn this way. Alright, yes, I don't know how I feel about that portal, because that kind of... that trade-off is not exactly the best thing. Okay, now I remember, I think I gotta watch it over here at Stellar Basin, because that's where that stupid octopus is. Alright, let's see. Are we in the right area, or do we think we have... That's... Well... I don't know, for some reason it feels like I'll be going like that towards the island, or where I gotta go, or whatever, and then somehow I end up getting like sidetracked. I believe this should be Stellar Basin right here. Make sure. Okay, yeah. Alright, so it shouldn't be too difficult for us to get what we need here. Okay, it looks like that might be the shark we need. Crap. Okay, that's our eagle shark. There's a way I can put it in here where I can kind of... Well, that'll work. Gliding wings are as wide as the shark is long. This ancient relic resembles modern-day manta rays and other filter feeders. Alright. Let's make sure I stay on top of reading everything or whatever, because I... Is that one we need? I think... Well, yeah. Alright, the mahi-mahi. Or, did they want a mahi-mahi? I think he did. And I'm thinking mahi-mahi. I'm thinking free the mahi-mahi. Wasn't that from... I'm trying to remember. Free the mahi-mahi. Was that from Biodome? I can't remember. Now I gotta look it up. I swear that was from free... that was from Biodome. Yep. It was from It was from Biodome. Which I don't care what anyone says. I actually enjoyed that movie. I mean, I'm not gonna knock the fact it was terrible. But I mean, I just, you know, Pauly Shore to me is kind of like one of those people, like, you know, just like Michael Cera or whatever. Kind of like Michael Cera, and there's like another one that comes to mind. Basically, every movie he's just basically playing himself. Yeah, basically like Michael Cera and Adam Sandler. Like every movie he's playing himself, and that's what's like great about the role. It's interesting. Oh, what's up with the glass there? Broken. Oh. Right. Well, that was a weird one. I was still able... Okay, so... Yeah, I still need to get that fixed. Alright, so we got like two of what we need. I need to find somewhere where I can get this fixed. Yeah, I mean, it's an odd one. I need to at least see if I can get the aberration. Darn son. Oh, I didn't quite catch it yet. One more time. We just need one. Alright, so I wasn't able to get like a... Oh god. This looks horrible over here. Oh, yeah, I remember they got like these jellyfish over here too. There we go. That's what we need right there. Our tripod spiderfish. The spiderfish waits in the gloom, perched on stilted fins. It faces the current upstream, and it can use a smaller front fins as direct prey to its open mouth. That kind of sounds a little terrifying, actually. Like, I only think we need, like, the aberration. Man, like, you know, you're a fish, like, what, I guess what they're trying to describe. Imagine you're a fish, and all of a sudden out of nowhere... Huh? Oh, I wasn't even trying to catch that. Just fires the light shining from with its hood. Stinging spike tentacles trail below. Oh, that's an aberration. don't know if I caught that one yet. Okay, so that's the Aurora jellyfish. So if I caught the Aurora, I've had to caught this one. I believe I had before. Otherwise, I would have, like, you know, they would have outright said so. Alright, drop that. Hang on. It says plenty. Alright, we'll try right here. Oh, what the? Infected my, spiderfish. Okay, not the trawl net, this. Alright. Yeah, that thing is still lurking right there, so I really need to watch it. So I remember when I would play before, there was like a thing that I put down that lets me stave it off for a bit. I just gotta remember where it is. Oh, that thing right there, because I definitely don't want to have any problems with that. I think it's right here. Except when it's not. Alright, where was the, So I know I can banish it, but I don't want to, like, you know... Well, the plus to it is I found, like, another... Whoa! Crown of Natter. That's a new one. Apparently one I never got before. I never got this one. And that is... Ooh, it's like a sarlacc. A fractal gateway reaching beyond the abyss. From its small whispers a call from below. Alright. Crown of Thorns. With many heavily spined arms, this starfish is extremely hardy. Destructive pest and not worth selling. Yeah, this one definitely is probably one of my favorite designs so far in the game. But that right there is pretty cool. Alright. It's not worth selling. I'm still going to try to sell it. So buy the fish aren't totally fresh, but it's clearly turned to rot. I can't pay anything for it. 187. The only problem is I don't know if I'm going to need this for anything. Alright, let me think about this. And one that I thought about is I probably could stack like the trawl guidance chips and stuff like that, so I can actually realistically increase the catch rate of. When I'm welcome in, Jeremy. Yeah, I can actually, if you know, basically as long as I keep on like doing more, like I probably like, you know, continue to raise, like it'll take away like more of my cargo space, but realistically I could do this and actually increase like my trawling speed more and more. I kind of want to hold on to this. But at the same time... Alright. Well, first things first, I need to do some repairs. God knows I need that. Alright, my fuse rod's fixed now properly now. Alright. I feel like I should go back and then come on back over. Can I see the oil rig from here? Can't tell that's it. Oh, yeah, it's all the way over there. I'm going to try to risk it. Let me see. Is everything still fresh? Well, it's all it's infected or whatever. I could probably get away with sleeping. Like I said, as long as nothing's rotted when I get back to the sciences, I should be good. I put two things out here. There's that one. I'm going to leave that there for the moment. I want to check this one. Entangled crab. Glistening purple strings sprout from solid rock, tying and untying themselves. They fall away and wither, making the way for new knots. See, apparently it's not actually... I'm trying to figure out which all these are new. I feel like it would like... I mean, that's one that's concerned me, like there's multiple ones in there at once. I can't remember if I got the glowing octopus before or whatever. Okay, so... At the very least, the entangled crab is new. Okay, well, it's morning time. I'll be fine, so I can go ahead and just head on back over here and At the very least, we're adding more entries to it. It's just, it's hard, like with me not playing this in a bit, it's hard to really know like what came with the update, because I feel like the crabs or whatever should still like, if they're from the update, it'll show like that arrow thing. So it's probably like just like ones that were just added in previously before the update, 'cause that's what I think happened. Okay, yeah, there's, I see the crab pot over there. So hopefully with any luck, we'll have a sea slug now. I'm just going back and... That is not what I needed. We just got a glowing octopus. Okay, well... I got an idea. Hang on a sec, guys. Be right back. Alright. Hopefully that's the last BRB, rogues. Alright, so anyways, we're like heading back to the rig. Figure out which way to go. Okay. Looks like it's over that way. I think that's it. It's kind of hard to really place what's... Oh, yeah, I can see the cranes and everything on it. Like, realistically, if I want to... I could just use, like, you know, the, There's an ability that I really wanted to. I could use, Manifest. Which basically is, like, a similar thing. Manifest would like let me like warp all the way back over there too, and I could technically I could like work back to the island and warp use that to warp back to the rig. I guess then I'm just gonna like kind of have it there as needed, because it really is still not gonna take too long to get back to the rig. And if I'm just constantly warping, I'll be missing out on stuff. And also, you know, like, you know, just going back and forth, like, normally I could, like, you know, get... I mean, like I said, it was a good idea at the time, but after realizing that it would, immediately, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and, like, yeah, put this away. Because when we have the trawl net or whatever, I need, like, you know, keep making money anyway. I can't do that for warping, so I'll just go ahead and put this away. Alright, so... Fresh. Infected. That's a little stale, but... Alright, so let's go ahead and... Wait, he doesn't need a mahi-mahi? So I just caught like one... Crap. Yeah, he doesn't need a mahi-mahi, he needs karama... Okay, whatever. We got two of them at least. And I literally, like, you know, consulted with him before I left. So we still need a sea slug, which hopefully maybe the crab net will have that when we come back. We still need to catch this creepy looking thing. But at least we got, like, the mahi-mahi off the, on the list. I just wish there was a way, like, in the encyclopedia would show you which ones are new. So going by this, once we catch one more, we'll need, like, 60 more, I think, give or take. So there's gonna be like 60 more entries. And it probably means like, yeah, it's gonna be more than likely a lot of them are gonna be like fish and their like one fish and their aberrations. But really, you know, it's gonna probably be easy to tell. Like, I mean, the way I kind of look at it is if I go by just each area, that'll make it easier to find. So if we do like that, I mean, there's ways I can streamline it. Got a whole sailfish. All right. At least we caught the crown of Nadir. I feel like we can go ahead and sell everything. I don't know if like he'll like give me as much. So 667. I'll take it. They'll still like a good amount there. All right. So what else do we need to do here? Because the tech lab. Because I want to say I think like yeah, I got like all these recipes unlocked here too. So really, I feel like a lot of this just things I'll probably like need like for the post game because I'm kind of good where I am now, or like as far as like just after I finish this, I can just do this afterwards. And honestly, this also just stuff like just speed things up more and more. Like I could get a chain out of my. I got like a couple crates. Here's the winching speed of your dredge chain. That'll be like it's using like that. That'll be like when we're like picking stuff up. And really, I've been doing fine with that anyway. It's just basically that speeds the mini game up, so you won't have to worry about making as many mistakes. But I feel like a lot of it also probably just be tied to time. Boost reverse speed, don't really need that. Increase the rotational turning speed of your vessel, don't really care about that. Increase the pulling. Like honestly, the main thing that'll be interesting would be just the trawling guidance chips. That's what I'm doing passively. And the research part's really probably ain't gonna really do me too much good now either, because I've already got all this unlocked. So, research parts don't really like me. I'm really okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head on back. Going the right way. Alright. Like, I feel like at this point, I probably got just about everything I need to get through the rest of the game. I mean, I got all the stuff unlocked. That we're mostly gonna need. Like, most of the time, it's just gonna go and, like, just catching all these aberrations of other fish, like, and... I don't really feel like the story's gonna take too long at this point. I just gotta go through and like and find like the scientist, the rest of the stuff he needs, and then like, and I could like if I really wanted to, I could go ahead and like try to like just stop here and there, but I want to mainly get to the story first and then like do the rest of it afterwards. See, that's the only problem, like, out here or whatever, what, like, the way everything looks like straight ahead or whatever, it's easy to kind of get turned around. But I feel like as long as I keep going straight. Should be good. See, that's the thing. I know I was going straight that time. It seemed like I got, like, I veered off a little bit. Are we still on course? I swear it feels like, when you try to go like in a certain way or whatever, they still like make you go. Like, it's too bad they didn't have like some. Alright, I can see the island in the distance. Too bad they don't have like. I wish that they would have had like some kind of thing where you could like make do beacons. Kind of like between, like, so that way it could be like something like you have like kind of show you like which way the islands are. Alright. Yeah, I think we're... Alright, yeah, we're over here where we need to be. Because I can hear, like, the creature over there, so... What was that? I know what it was, but... Oh, don't come over here. I disappeared. Alright. So... God. Because we know that those probably... I mean, it said they need to be repaired, so it could be a possibility they could have caught, like, you know, what we need, but just... That was close. Nice try, Blotchy. Geez, they're really trying to hit me here, aren't they? Alright, I need to hang on. Alright, so it's this one over here. I wonder if it could be a thing like, you know, the more stuff you turn in, like, you know, the more volatile it gets over here. Yeah, I don't need any of this right now. If I want some layer, I'd come and get some. Okay, let's hope we got ourselves a sea slug now. Okay, yeah. See, I almost didn't see it because it blended so well with the octopus. All right, that's all we need right there. I guess I can pick up everything else and like bring my crab pot back with me. All right. Small slug spends most of its life clinging to vegetation and feasting upon toxic sponges. I'm reading, thank you. All right. Yeah. Oh my god. Back off. Now that right there was pure BS. I had the sea slug and they snatched it away. That sucks. Not gonna lie, that has me a little frustrated. Like, I get the sea slug where I get one sea slug and I get 3 different things, but instead of them, the one thing they take is like the one thing I need. And they do it like while I'm in the menu, so I can't like see everything going on. Tornado, I really ain't in the mood for it. Go on, take yourself on. Yeah, I mean, that was very uncalled for. Well, I wanted the assistants that... Hang on, because I know I was supposed to go talk to his assistant over here at the Stellar Basin. We can get that out of the way, the researcher. Hello again, what do you need? So I figured it was her. Because when he told me that she worked at the Stellar Basin, someone from Ironhaven Corporation sent me. I didn't expect that name to follow me all the way out here. Perhaps that was naive of me. So, what do you want? Ironhaven Corporation has been constructing a drilling platform. Oh, and you're helping them with that, I suppose? You have any idea what they're even doing? Turns away and tries to recompose himself with a few deep breaths. Of course you don't. You're just trying to help. But you've seen what happened to the water here and elsewhere, I imagine. What else? Ironhaven Corporation's head scientist seems to know you. And I know him. He's the reason I was posted all the way out here, so far from home. He might be mentioned that I studied under him. But I studied him too. His theories on nature's cycles were odd. He never went into much detail, but his work had some curious influences. I heard whispers through the door of his office, saw confusing diagrams that lingered to half erased chalk dust and on torn up shreds of paper. Never could make much sense of it. Tell me about the defensive tech you've been working on. Well, it's the same tech used in the repulsion machine I gave you. Strictly speaking, I wouldn't call it a defense system. It doesn't interact with anything on a physical level. See, Ironhaven's Scientific Communications Division has long been working on projects to further their exertion over the natural world. Complicated stuff, but essentially they were trying to emit signals to communicate with, well, anything they wanted to, I suppose. The tech I've been working on is all along those lines, but instead of wide-spectrum communication, it attempts to broadcast a single word: flee. It missed localized panic responses of every animal I was able to gather because of data for. We need to protect the rig and its workers. I couldn't give a damn about the rig or the corp, but not everyone there deserves to face consequences of the corp's actions. I'll give you some schematics. I'm sure someone there is smart enough to decipher them and get it built. Just don't let them think this means I forget them or that I approve of what they're doing. Alright. Now, hopefully, after this, I can go over here and I can get my sea slug back, because that was screwed up. Like, that just sucked. Stupid birds. About as bad as the one in Ark or whatever. They're like, you know, that'll, steal your weapons. Okay, I'm gonna hope that it's here this time. Like, when I got us, yeah, those things sucked. Nothing yet. It can like squirm right on back off. Of course, like all this stuff is rotting. Fine. I wouldn't have to worry about this if I could, like, you know, if I would have just got what I needed and been able to go back. All right. One thing to do is like, no, it didn't. It feels like everything like over here has gotten like a lot more aggressive. But at the same time, now that I think about it, we did have one more thing we need to catch anyway. We could try to go for this thing's aberration. Before I didn't get anywhere though. I totally probably should have just sold that, but is that a whale shark or mega mouth? I think it's a whale shark. Because everything here is like oceanic or whatever. We need Haddle. I believe Haddle is like over here in the deep, but so it's probably gonna be like over there. Okay, still no sea slug. Whereas it could be out here. Or at least we got like plenty of fish right there to sell too, so. After all that time I was spending like getting the parts and everything. I definitely need to get my funds back up. I was gonna like getting all those parts and everything for the upgrades, or for the science attack and everything. Here we go. Yep, thing. Slid eyes lie at the base of each pronounced claw. Its tiny mouth lives at consuming small prey. Well, it's still like it can bite the heck out of you. And I ain't here for. Oh my god. No, you don't. I just noticed that my okay, I'm gonna go over here and hope that I can get like the I think it's like over one more spot. Oh, shut up. Still nothing. Alright. Go over here and like try to like, you know, rest. It feels like each area is getting more difficult to catch, like, you know what I need. By the time I get over here and rest or whatever, like get ready to rest, it's gonna, like, you know, be morning. Once I'm no longer, like, technically on rails, I can just kind of, like, go around and just do whatever I want. I'm not, like, you know, doing, like, the story stuff anymore. It'll be a lot easier. Okay, let me go and sell this. Still fresh. That's staying. But we got, like, almost a full net here, so. I just don't want to sell that, is the thing. I just wish there was a way you can kind of, like, just sell stuff exclusively to the net. Still, and it doesn't take, like, really, only takes a few seconds to kind of, like, you know, go through everything. Alright, at least I'm getting my funds, like, you know, pretty much back up to where they were when I first started this. Alright, hang on. Make sure I didn't check that, like, since, yeah, we already got that. Alright, so. It should be fresh, or at least stale. Still fresh. So I feel like if I actually fix this or whatever, it has a chance, like, you know, of getting us some stuff, but I feel like I should at least pick these up. I don't know if I can, like, you know. This one at least kind of like, 'cause I said I was gonna start getting them all off the map. Alright. I'm gonna get rid of this too. Because, you know, just because I don't really need it. Actually, if I'm thinking if I sell it to her, maybe I can get more for it. Let's see. Oh, you've got... I was trying to... Okay, that was messed up. So here's the problem we got with this. It says, like, right there... Alright, so you gotta hold down square to be able to sell the massive crab pot, but it prioritized selling all the fish first. Ah, that's frustrating. So I definitely kind of... Alright, yeah. It would have been nice if the devs, like, had, like, a thing where, you know, you could just, like, push square on it like everything else. Because that right there was, like, definitely a bit of oversight. Because now I gotta go back and get the one thing again because I just lost it right there. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not a big deal for the most part, aware, but geez, that's kind of frustrating. The fact that, you know, like, you know, you had to hold down square to sell the crab thing or whatever, but then it basically sold all the fish first. It's the same thing, like, you know, sell all the fish is like the same button, you know, as for same hold as, like, you know, for the if I'll show you guys that what just happened, I'll do a repeat of it. It's like basically. So we're gonna repair this first. Shipyard. Repair. Fish market. Alright, now watch this. Where's my crab thing? Did I pick it up? Okay, well, this is one I want to keep anyway, because I mean, because the reinforced ones are like some of the best ones, or pretty much practically the best ones in the game, or arguably. But yeah, it's basically. I forgot to sell everything. Okay, but yeah, pretty much it's like I'll just. Well, I'll still show you guys what I was talking about. That just happened. So we go over to fish market. Alright, notice right here, it says right here on the reinforced crab thing. It says sell, you hold it down, now watch this. It sells all the fish. So it sells all the fish, but it's the same prompt as... Yeah, so it prioritized selling the fish before that. So that's when I wish you can just, like, push square on. I understand, like, I can keep you from accidentally, like... But even, like, if I did go through and push, like, square individual on each fish, it still would, like, maybe end up, like, selling the fish that I wanted to keep. Okay, I'm gonna put this one away for right now. Alright, I don't know why I was putting in the fish market or whatever, but either way. Sorry to hear that, Amber. That's the thing about the encyclopedia. It tells you, like, there's a, So the only thing that frustrates me about the encyclopedia, like, or whatever, is that I guess it was, like, basically kind of zeroing in on which ones I just caught. But I kind of, like, wish that what they do with the encyclopedia is that, which they could have had, where, like, you know, you'd have, like, a, exclamation point on, like, where there's new entries at. That's the thing. I mean, I still love this game. There definitely are, like, some things that they really could have done, like, you know, for quality of life. Yeah, let's see if we can get the sea slug properly this time. Go back and get that one fish we still need to get in the Hadal spot, and then we can head back to the rig. Like, I'm giving them ample time to give me a sea slug. Again. Okay, well, that works too. Still no sea slug. That's a... We got a new one in the net. So that's the thing. I had the red snapper or whatever all this time. Whatever. Very popular eating fish. Often found hanging around rocky coastal waters and reefs. Swollen flesh folds back over its eyes. Cracking lips bleed through the amount of scars. See, this makes me think of Gurgoth from Castlevania. So most of the point, I feel like I should go ahead and, like, you know, put down, like, you know, a few more crab nets here. And what I really want to do is just, like, catch the sea slug first, and then afterwards go over there and get that one thing we need to get again. That way everything, you know, can, yeah. Definitely have, like, a few struggles with getting these last two fish I need, but we'll get it. Okay, let me go ahead and get, like, another, I'll put out 3. The mouth at deep needs repair, so we're just gonna, like, kind of humor this. I'm gonna throw a mouth of the deep out over there too. That way, you know, we can try, like, see if I get some score a few aberrations. Just go and get them out of the way. Okay, now give us 9 days on that. So we're gonna throw everything out over here. So what I feel like I do... How far away is this? What I really feel like I could do is I can throw all this out and then just keep resting for several days. I don't have anything that's gonna rot, so I'm gonna turn that off while I'm at it too. It kind of feels like it does go a little bit faster just going around like this instead of going over, because I still have to, like, go around the Kraken or whatever that thing is. I think what I remember, like, a previous things I've read in the game, I believe that thing in the center is that's been kind of implied it might be some kind of, like, you know, plant life, not actual, you know, cephalopod. See, like I said, they're still not giving it to me. Okay. At the very least, this means I'll have, like, my problem is, so I'm basically just gonna put everything out here. It means I'm probably not gonna be able to carry everything back in one go, because I'm gonna have, like, so much Okay, that should about do it. Now I can just go back over here and just rest a few days. Let the thing fill up. I believe it goes by, like, you know, days or whatever. We're just gonna just cut on through this time. And it might actually be faster to do it like this. I don't know. We just need to get like the crab, get them time to collect. All right. I say we probably give it like maybe 2 days worth of resting. We'll just keep doing this until like Okay, that felt like that might have been 3. I don't know how long he just rested then, but he dang sure rested. Alright. Now this hopefully should like, get us what we need. Should net us like, sea slug, pun intended. Okay, they were all right here. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, we got a sea slug. I could just leave the rest of this here. But I don't want to, like, I'm gonna have to take both of these. Thank you very much. Alright, that's the aberration. Yeah, I've gotten this one before. Medusa octopus, which I think's definitely creepy. Now, I think this is the mouth of the deep, so we got a trophy. Well, it got me a trophy at least. Okay, let's just try to see like what all we can take back. I got another idea. Just get every fish out of here that I can get. Go sell them. Then come back and get the traps, and then head on back. At the very least, stupid birds won't be able to, like, take away my sea slugs this time. I got like several of them. And we can like pick these up alongside. Okay. Yeah, so we're basically just gonna go sell all this. I still need to go back and get that one thing anyway. Sell all this, swim back by, pick up my crab pots. And a couple of little things right there I can sell back at the rig. Go get the one thing we need, and then afterwards we can finally, continue the story. There ain't no birds. I mean, we got plenty of sea slugs now. My little strategy there worked. Just throw out a bunch of, crab pots and... Or at least I'm about to make a little more money. I guess I was going over to the latching snapper. Alright. A little bit more than... I'm basically just gonna sell everything. Except for the sea slugs. Pretty sure I've seen the blood snapper before too. Alright. I'll swing back around, pick up my pick up the pots. And those two, of course, I just thought about there actually might be something else in there now to also. Maybe it cost something else, like the time it's taking me to go between them. I remember it being like, I think, out there towards that island where we need to go. I think it's over that way. Alright, let's hope I got enough. Yeah, I'm definitely running out of space here. I might not be able to take everything back. There's a crab right there. I'm just gonna throw that up. Now, see if we put this down here, rearrange things a little bit. Only like one thing can really go in this spot anyway, so we'll just do that. This can open up like a few little extra bits, like for... Alright, so 1, 2... We might still be able to pick up everything. We're cutting it close. I'm not gonna take that one. We already got two. I want to just pick. All right, this is gonna be a problem though. Let me just take one of these back because I want to make. Because I'd rather that than I'm gonna be able to continue to make more money from fish. So I mean, I'd rather go and be able to carry this back with me. You know, it can still be out here, but I can continue to get more fish. But that thing about just didn't want to have to backtrack, you know, too soon. All right, now let me see here. That. I think it was like right there. Yeah. We are going the right way, right? Darn it, see, I hate when it does that. Right there. I think that's where I found it before. Just like I came in from a different angle previously. So this should be, yeah. We go over here. I think it was like probably this one right here, actually. If not, it's gonna be the next one right there. I believe it was this one. Yep. Well, as long as we just don't get its aberration, because I don't really want it just yet. Is that what we got? Drifting chrysalis. Still got, alright. Testing tendril flicks at the water around it. Tasting, analyzing. The walls of the crystals begin to weaken. Oh crap, I gotta get rid of that thing too. Again, it's always like, you know, I'm in the menu, they pull this stuff. Get out. Get out. Get out. See, that's not what I'm talking about. When they pull things like that, they wait till I'm in the menu and then they have something like smack me. Not this time. I thought I said get out. Oh, that was... those things suck. That's just what they tried to pull on me before. Trying to throw everything at me like all at once like that. You know what? Joke's on you. Bye, boys. It was already up to the roof anyway. They want to try, you know, cheese me, I'll cheese them right back. Oh, no, you don't. I ain't gonna bother resting. I'm just gonna go ahead and, like, make a beeline for it. We should be able to make it. Need to go and just hurry and get on over here. I swear it feels like so far away though. Now I'm kind of regretting not putting that anchor down because like, okay, I'm already like, you know, boy here's already losing it. That stupid fish. Seems like I can outrun it. As long as I make it to shore, I'm good. I'm not concerned about any of this. I'm just concerned about if the ghost shark popped, the phantom shark popped up, or if the Leviathan showed itself. Huh. Trust me, I know exactly where all of it is. You are a slap for like maybe go out there and go through all this. I'm curious actually to see if you actually would just take this thing. We're gonna stick the course. Alright. There. Scientist arranges the specimens, now laid out on a metal table in front of him. He connects electrodes and wires to the head of each. The brains of fish are primitive. In many ways, their simplicity is a kind of purity. No burdensome emotions to confuse the data. Just as rigor mortis locks the muscles, the final shape of the mind is held by the brain, but it can be extracted. The room is pierced with a sharp sound of capacitors charging. The corpses of the bench jolt in unison. Slackened muscles arch and tense before lying still again. Scientist is already looking up at the 4 monitors behind him. The same vague shape scrolls across each screen. Ragged circle, writhing cell, lidless eye, yawning pit. The difficulty is in reading it. Don't forget, the rig still needs some kind of defense system constructed. The people here are depending on you oddly enough. Yeah, well, it's a good thing I kind of got what you needed. You'll get taken care of. Right now, I've got things to sell.
Ah.
Okay. I do need to turn in that pirate flag, too, though. Alright. I just want to test something real quick. Encyclopedia. Yeah, so it does go to the last one we encountered. At least there's that, but still. I still say, like, I think like a better thing would have been like they would have marked each one, like, you know, have like exclamation point like for different spots, or have like something where you can just go and immediately read about the whatever new ones you haven't like, you know, logged yet. Okay. So now that that's out of the way.
Ah.
So this is where we're going to build some sort of machine to repel those tentacles, right? That's what the scientists say. These blueprints are confusing. What even is... Okay, I think I follow.
Well, it's a good thing I've got some of this, too. Now we just need a dark canister, and we're golden. You please sign that squid shaking the whole damn rig. Doesn't seem like it should be possible. The legs are anchored pretty deep. Okay, we still can't do tier 4 yet. Alright. I wonder if there's a way to kind of like, you know, expedite this. I know we can make, and I was constantly throwing that dark matter over the, or the dark splash or whatever. All right, no big deal. I'll just. Alright, just going like siphon some real quick after I get some rest. So thankfully I already had like, you know, some crates on hand. Yeah, let's go siphon this. I was going to pick up another crate while we're at it. Or get all of these, we may need them later. I want to turn this off just for now. So we get where we need to go. Like I said, I don't really mind like the speed of all this, because you know, since I've like been doing this, you know, since I've been playing the mini games here so much. I can understand like someone wanting to like, you know, get like little upgrades that'll like make it where it'll be like go by quicker. You know, they're not like really good with like the little rhythm games here, but. Alright, we'll head over this way. At least I can always remember, like, go look for the lighthouse. That's like, you know, best way to know to get back over this spot. Like I said, once I'm no longer, like, you know, kind of like just fettered to, like, you know, doing the story stuff, I can go around and just go wherever, try to, like, find the rest of these entries, and I can kind of, like, you know, just go by each area. I know I need to go back to the Pale Reach to find that one thing. Okay, so the problem is I cleaned all this up. Forgot about that. So apparently it actually does stay gone. Which honestly, I guess gives you more incentive to actually clean everything up. If it stays gone, it means it's like less of a hazard over there. So I probably really should try, like if I did put some time into trying to clean all this up, that could really help me in the end. Because it's like if all this, you know, dark matter here, or you want to call it, it's not here, like these things can't hurt me. I mean, it'll just have like little splotches, you know, where like the particular aberrations are. Or like, you know, particular fish. So if I did go around cleaning all this up, it made things a whole lot easier for me. I mean, if it is that it, what the hell? It broke. Darn it. Well, at least I'm like, you know, close enough to where I can get it repaired. There's a bunch over there too. I probably should just go ahead and just work on trying to go and get it all cleaned up. I'm gonna have to come back through for like some of the other fish later anyway. I mean, it kind of feels like, you know, I'm kind of like wondering if it does come back eventually. Because you figure, like, you know, if you need, like, enough, like, certain upgrades, but I also kind of feel like they're going to make it where, like, okay, at a certain point, they're going to, like, stop you from, like, if you can continue to get all this, realistically, you can get, like, a crap load of, like, whatever one of the science upgrades you want, and it could be, like, you know, very much game-breaking. Like, if you got, like, something that pretty much, you know, would, for the fishing games, it would, like, you know, or the fishing mini games or whatever, it would make it, like, you know, you basically, you know, do them instantly. Like, if you can continue to get more and more dark matter, because the crates, whatever, I can understand, like, them having it where those continue to respawn. But they had it where you can continue to, like, get dark matter over and over again. Or dark splash over and over, and the dark canisters. Yeah, that could probably, like, end up breaking the game. Who knows? It may come down to there might be a way to actually, it may replenish. But I cleaned up all that, and I've done, like, you know, skipped ahead, you know, on time, like, multiple times, and it's still, like, you know, hasn't fully replenished. I can only go ahead and, like, stop here so I can drop all this pirate flag. That's one space of my inventory being taken up. And plus, I want to put the pirate flag on anyway. There we go. Definitely is like still a pain to turn this thing. I know they had that one upgrade to make where I can turn the ship a little bit better. At least we got one tube. Ah, crap. No. Yeah, that anglerfish was definitely making a beeline for me there. I didn't have to use that or whatever, but Wimp had it coming. Because I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, where is it coming from? And this is the part I should be focusing on right here. There's like a lot of this goop. It might be a possibility it might still be like a hazard or whatever, like hazards over here, even if, you know, you clean all this up. I thought I saw something up underneath me right there. I hate these tornadoes. We got 2 tubes currently. So I mean, I'm not gonna really stick around and just clean all this up. See, this tornado just won't back off. He's coming back. Trying to at least siphon out one more tube. Question is, can I actually catch whatever is over here now? Well, I can. But I'm gonna wait. I'm just focusing on like the story stuff at the moment. All right, that's good enough for now. Let's head on back. At least it can come in handy for like get me closer to the rig. I still gotta go all the way over this way. Like, that could be like a good idea, really, since if I'm going back to the rig, I'm probably gonna like sleep when I get there anyway, so I could go ahead and put that thing back out when you think about it. That could be, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I want to kind of like just like... Oh my god, that stupid Phantom Shark. It's a good thing I got one back at the base anyway. Oh, crap. Oh, here we go, guys. I'll turn this down because it's not... I'll go ahead and say I turned down the volume on this thing because I didn't want to deal with that jump scare. I made it back just in time, I think. Whew. Yeah, that Leviathan was about to eat me. I still got some more damage done to me. So we got some repairs we need to make. And what I was trying to say is that I feel like I was saying like before, like going back and forth, like obviously that kind of takes away from the game or whatever if I'm just like teleporting, but really I kind of like felt like what I could do is have this put down here at the base, at the rig. So basically what I can do is like if I'm out really far off, I can just teleport back to the Blackstone Island or whatever, and then use like I can use Banish to go back there, and then afterwards use the portal to go from there to here. So I'm probably gonna go back to doing that again, just for the sake of like speeding things up. I'm sure I got cast over. All right, yeah, all right. Why not put that back down? Because my main thing, like I said, was like it was the sanity trade-off. But really, if I'm doing that, it pretty much means at that point I might just go back to the rig and sleep anyway. Alright.
We just started. The fences are primed. Turn them on now. It's a better work.
A droning voice begins to sound from the top of the rig, reverberating through the metal deep down to the deep. Well, I get a feeling. Well, that was way too easy. The defense is operational, emitting a droning sound that grates at the ears. What's your... I bet you I know where this is going to go, guys. Just watch. Just wait for it. Outside, the foreman is in conversation with a recent arrival to the rig, a stern-looking man in a suit.
Well, sir, the seafloor here, you shouldn't be disturbed. This whole rig is built on some kind of living fault. You have to trust me. Trust you? You, who couldn't even keep shipments in order, who involved locals, just save your hide.
The foreman cowers behind a clipboard. Now let me handle this. I'll bust him up.
You. We put this whole operation in jeopardy. Enough of this. Your concerns and its steel and scaffolding. The future of this corporation is for me alone to decide.
Yeah, and your concerns about that be that steel and scaffolding, 'cause I'm about to toss you over it.
Fire it up.
You moron. You idiot. See, now I can't even blame them anymore. They're trying to shut it. Alright, tell you what, I'm gonna sit back and, get some popcorn. Probably like a little bit of umami flavor on it. I'm gonna watch these things bite your ass off, because I know that's what's about to happen. The drill descends once more to the blackness under the rig. This is how it always starts, rogues. And then afterwards it's the corporate, scumbag. It's probably like, oilier. There we go. Then this, much oilier than like, this rig that's gonna probably bite it first, or someone's gonna bite him. He gives like such Walter Peck vibes from Ghostbusters, but instead of like, shutting it down, he's wanting to like, turn it back on. The drill descends once more to the blackness under the rig. Well, guess what, buddy? You're probably about to wake up something worse. I bet you this was the last remaining crack that needed to be done for them to... So we are going to the mangrove area. Okay, good thing I already got that. The man who turns to you. What? What do you want? And we're back on track. While you overstepped his corporate responsibility, it appears the foreman was right to enlist your assistance. There's one final building that needs to be constructed on this platform. Fleet services. Without this building, we're unable to scale our efforts efficiently. I'll cut you a deal. If you assist in the construction of this building, I'll permit the workers to lift your vessel with a significant hull upgrade. This asshole's trying to buy me. And the thing is, I'm unfortunately, like the way this is gonna go is I'm gonna have to do the job for him. I'll cut you a deal. If you assist. I can cut you a deal. I'll give you a free swimming lesson. After that, I don't want to see you around here anymore. First off, you've been like here what? Like, basically, like as far as like a short length is concerned, you've been here like what? Like a gnome dick side of like, 5 minutes. You're trying to order me around? Get on with it. Oh, can I just throw him over this? I just want to throw him over the side. No one's gonna like, everyone will just turn their face away because no one here likes him. You can already tell. The problem is if I throw him over into the ocean or whatever, I mean, I'm probably gonna have like Greenpeace or whatever on me, for like, contributing to like pollution of the ocean. Whatever. What are we doing?
We gotta get this place operational. The boss will have my head.
No. Look, okay, just let me handle them when the time is right. Hopefully. I mean, I've got connections. Last I checked, I mean, I know how to summon a thing or two. Go by the main story or whatever. I mean.
Alright, we're getting to work on fleet services. Everything should be operational here, sir.
Yeah, please. And thank you for putting it down so close to the ocean where something like totally bad like just isn't gonna happen to them.
Excellent. Remember, fisherman, I'll permit the workers to upgrade your hull with our tech here. But I think you know how this works by now. You have to gather the materials yourself.
From what I can gather, I mean, materials myself. Who was it just built that for him? It was me gathering materials that actually made that possible. I didn't see you picking all that up. I didn't see you go out there and pick up a crate, like to build your little fleet services with.
You can make improvements to your vessel here, including some cutting edge iron-heavy tech you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, probably won't find anywhere else, because last I checked, it wasn't ivory. See, I'm concerned about putting this tech on my boat, because last I checked, I mean, normally I think like the vast majority of their boats I've seen, which is every single one of them, I'm pretty sure we're equipped with Ironhaven tech. Weren't exactly sailing. I mean, they weren't actually up to sailing, qualifications. They were like all these wrecks I've been finding. So I'm kind of worried about putting this on my boat because I'm worried about it's going to get sunk next. So literally just like one. Upgrade your vessel a tier 5 hull and adds 11 new cargo spaces. Well, that won't be a problem. I got one right here. So you want to gather materials myself and I'm already halfway there. I got the money for it. See, you don't know me. I mean, I got all this money. I could totally buy his job. I could have his job if I want. I'm probably richer than he is. Or totally not, like with like 25, like 4,000 or whatever. But hey, if I can make that kind of bank where just I'm like, you know, selling fishware, I think I'm doing something better than him. Okay, we just need one more crate. Gather materials myself. That's what I've been doing like this whole game. You ain't telling me anything I don't know. You tell me how to do my job. Let's see how you get out here and be a fisherman. You're probably too worried about salt, you know, getting some salt water on your suit. I mean, it's not like, you know, salt water's gonna do you any harm or whatever. You're already abrasive enough as is. It was a good thing we already bought like the fishing rod we needed last night for the mangroves or for this area. Because what was the name of it again? We are going over to, it'll be Twisted Strands. We already got like I think for mangrove. Which basically, you know, just this whole area is gonna be like pretty much a swamp. Oh my, can you please take a day off? No. I am busy. I ain't got time for you. Alright, let's go ahead and get this and get back. It really won't be that hard because since I'm already, you know, kind of cloud cuckoo landing things right now. I'm going to speed this up. Do this. So it does definitely have its uses. The problem is I might want to like park it like, all right, let me move this just a little bit further away. Put it right here. That'll suffice, because otherwise I was going to be like, you know, put it right there. Because it was kind of clashing with the X. Like, you know, with the other thing. Can we upgrade the defenses? Okay, never mind. Okay, let's go and get this upgrade. What? Of course it can't be that easy. I don't think I got a way I can, like, you know, repair it from here. It's one thing I don't think they let me do with my boat over here. Okay, well, it's a good thing this goes, like, you know... Alright. There's always a catch, you know? I was about to have something else I need to repair there. Alright. Yeah, I got like a bit of damage I need to be repaired there. Alright, I'm really not doing anything with the crab nets, like the crab things at the moment, so I'm going to put these away. You have the storage for it, right? Yeah, I totally do. Yeah, just for those, like, you know, may not have played this, I would highly suggest, like, you know, the main crab pots you use. Like, if you can get, like, the mouth of the deep, which I won't really spoil how to do that, but there's things I remember things you have to actually go through. It's one reason I couldn't spoil it if I wanted. I can't remember actually how you get it. This will be good for aberrations. You get like a 10% aberration bonus for that. And it actually has, like, you know, more space than the reinforced crab pot. So things with this one, you don't get as many per day as reinforced crab pot, which gives you 3. And it doesn't last as long. But it does give you more capacity, and it gives you the aberration bonus. But the reinforced crab pot is actually, to me, like one of the best ones just because of its durability. And it's got like a bit of aberration bonus, like 8% to it too. So I would suggest, like, you know, you going with these two if you're aberration hunting, or just, like, you know, looking for, you know, trying to hunt crustaceans. I'm not gonna say like trying to hunt crabs, that sounds weird, just like how I just said it. So I still ain't use this, but see, cause I don't know if this is a one-time use or not. And really, there's no point in me I swear, if I try to go back over this way and I end up breaking my, my ship gets broken again somehow. I just gotta get over to this. Just watch the rocks. Just get over to this. We're good. Get over to this. Yeah, for science, aperture or otherwise. Okay, let's get this boat upgraded. Gonna definitely cut into my money, but whole industrial. So yeah, I invest in a tier 5 hull and adds 11 new cargo spaces. I'm guessing this means I can take more damage now. I can dig it. A lot of space. Yeah, and I can see right there, damage. I can take one more hit now. How's the boat look? Does it look different? I think it does. We can also upgrade the factory now, so we're about ready to start construction in the final section of the factory. Okay, need 2 more of those, huh? Bait refinement. That's okay, so that's how we can make this. I'm pretty sure that's how we can actually make, like, evaporated bait. That's gonna be really interesting to look at. But first off, I'm gonna sleep. Now, what's he want? Oh boy. The fish from Twisted Strand, do you have them? So you want to Zyphactinus, Opabinia, Benitez, and can you please like give me one fish I actually know how to pronounce? Thank you very much. I mean, could you just ask for at least for a cod or a cod or a squid or something? That'd be nice. Instead, like all these names make it sound like I'm actually about to summon something. Like Boripsis, Nepontes, Obibinia, or something like that. Like I'm about to freaking like doing a random ass spell and like, I'll go get your fish, dude. Let me get some sleep first and go and like get this lab upgraded. Seriously, I mean, it sounded like I was about, like, it's got me about to summon something, which, I mean, wouldn't be the first time I've done so in this game. Kind of par for the course, we summon stuff here. Unfortunately, still nothing there. I'll at least go work on this form. It's, like, right over there. And I'm interested to see, like, what these fish are gonna look like. Nope. 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 Why is the thing spawning in or whatever? I got high sandy. Go away, Levy. That thing needs to leave me alone. Our samples, just the Ironhead Corporation of the rig. Alright. Like, I had, like, nothing wrong with my sandy, and that thing spawned in. I think it's trying to mock me now. Or I bet you, because that's the second time that thing has shown up like that, where I think, like, in such a quick, like, very shortly, I bet you what it is that whatever it is they did to crack, more of the sea or whatever, is them pissed off the Leviathan now. And if they actually made where it's now, like, just a persistent threat, constantly showing up, I really do wish I could throw that suit over the side. Like, I literally just throw him over and then yell out, like, as far as the ocean can hear, he did it. Alright, so we're going to the mangrove. I'm having a feeling like we're gonna have one more, like, another stop after the wood, like, we're gonna go to the volcanic area, so. Twisted Strand. Was it Twisted Strands? Yeah, I just noticed something. Wow. Yeah. I don't have to actually get rid of my coastal one. That's pretty nifty. There's not a way I can actually... 'cause I don't know if they gave me, like, more slots, like, you know, for here or not, but... Yeah, so coastal... Which I had coastal anyway, but... You see, I've got an idea here. See, we're not really, like, looking for too much in shallow right now, and I'm wondering... Is this coastal too? Or... See, coastal and shallow and volcanic. This one does coastal. This actually, alright, so here's the thing here. Coastal and shallow. That one right there already does coastal. So going by this, mangrove and coastal. This one does coastal and shallow. But this one does volcanic and shallow. So basically we got like one right here that already does what that does, but it basically gives us like extra spot to go to. I just confused myself trying to explain that, guys. You get it, I think. Point is, we basically just kind of... I'm going to economize this. Unfortunately... Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to work some magic here. But yeah, basically, one of them already did... Like, one of them did coastal and shallow. But this one right here does coastal. That does shallow. And then we got the option, like, the inclusion of volcanic and mangrove. So as you guys saw right there, it basically gave us, like, all these... Like, you know, gave us 2 extra spots. Only place we can't, like, really do right now is ice. See, it gets better. Abyssal, Hadal, and Oceanic. Because there's certain ones I think we only have like I wonder. Did I just crack a code here? Yeah, I think we can only put it right there. So we're not gonna be able to put it here, so we're gonna have to replace one of them. I was totally about to try too, but also we couldn't have 2 nets. I'm just curious. Perfect, I think. So, Abyssal, Hadal, and Oceanic. Coastal, Shallow, and Oceanic. So we can already do Shallow. But I don't know if like we can only do winching or whatever with certain... That's the only problem or whatever. I don't know if like, you know, winch works the same way in Shallow and Coastal as like the other ones over there. So I'm trying to like see like what else we can put like, you know, in a 4 spot. Cause see, for now, if we did this... I wanted my Crested Talisman back. I wonder if there's like something else we could add. No, we can't. So basically, these 2 rods right here pretty much replaced like the Versatile. The Versatile rod was 1, but yeah. The only problem is, it'd be nice if we actually did have like, you know, a rod we can use that basically does similar to what this one does. But that's the thing, fishing speed 94, fishing speed 94, and this one has a fishing speed of 94 as well. So the only thing is this one like has on the others, it basically, you know, does the same thing as those 2, but it's combined in 1 rod, but it only catch like the other fish we had. But the talisman or whatever is what, so we have like fish speed at 738%. Vibration bonus is like at 7% right now. But I know that means we actually just have it on our, probably just like, alright, either way. I was trying to look at a way to, but either way, the infused rod's basically null and void at this point. And it's got like lower fish speed anyway. I could just get rid of that if I wanted to, because this one does like everything these 2 do with infused rod does. Either way, we definitely just got ourselves like a nice little upgrade of things. I just wish that we could still like add more to these. Okay, that's gonna vex me right there, the way these are placed. Okay, look at my engines. Apparently, I know they were all aligned before. I just know that the engines are all over the place, like the way they're in different directions. It's not going to affect anything. But apparently when I, you know, grew my space out or whatever, like it actually made like the engines all like, you know, different directions. So I'm going to go out here and my ship's going to like, you know, take off like a tornado or something. I wish I could just rotate them right here because that's going to vex me. That is totally going to like, you know, be, it hurts to look at. Like just the way they just discombobulate, the way my engines look all over the place. Okay. Nonetheless, more space is good. More space is always good. Now, I don't think we really need this for much anything else. Now, Foundry. What do we need to, like, make these? Yeah, we need a cloth. So really, so the thing is, we've got everything we need to catch basically every group of fish in the game, except for the ice fish. Which I don't think I don't even know if we're actually gonna be going over there because that's the DLC. Maybe it's possible, but yeah, we just can't catch ice fish. But everything else is all right. So we've got this fine-tuned to be able to kind of go over here and catch whatever. But I'm not doing it at night, especially with that thing lurking around. All right, so I think I kind of streamlined some stuff. I do want to try something real quick. I'll go to the undermarket. That's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, sadly I can't put any more fans. Cause if I could put 2 more jet drive fans, add like, you know, another 20.2 like knots to this, that'd be great. I kind of wish that, like, you know, that spot down there could be completely reserved to you know, engines. Yeah, let's go catch some fish. I do have a. Once I do one more quick switch out, I knew I was forgetting to do something. Alright. I kind of want to go and take this over there just for, say, trying to find more aberrations. And I think just to be safe, we'll take 2 of these. Well, no, that should do it. Because we're not going that far. The only problem is, or whatever, even if I was like, you know, the main issue with it, trying to remember the names. Well, also, I think I remember this spot right here is going to be a bit tricky. I don't know, should I mean, because I want to, like, go take, like, the trawl net in there, but I feel like I should also, like, just try to do, like, the whole cleanup thing, get more, yeah, because there's a lot of it there. So, yeah, we'll just go and switch the net out one more time. For this, so I can just siphon along the way, go and clean this up. When I come through later, I can look for fish. This is kind of more important right now. I'm just gonna have to, like, go for whatever because okay, I just noticed, like, the thing right there. Okay, I accidentally lined up and it looks like it's okay. That just looks creepy. Okay. Yeah, that was one he needed. I remember Boreapsis. Okay, yeah, I believe that's those effigy things from the main story. A good place to put down some nets too. Okay, that's one because we gotta look for the ones with the arrows. All right. Arapaima. Don't know if that was one he won. I think it was. It looks like it. That was a big one. Also, a long bony snout helps to root out prey from the substrate, and a thick head shield provides a strong defense when attacked. Alright, Arapaima. These huge fish have essentially strong scales composed of layers of minerals and fibers. They have to breathe the surface air to survive in sluggish waters. So I guess like mud skippers in kind of a somewhat of a way, or dolphins. Or surface air or whatever, so, or whales maybe. I don't know. That kind of sounds like saying that like it breathe like surface air or whatever. It kind of like makes it sound like it's akin to like a mammal. Or, you know, marine mammals. Okay, we'll put one down right here. Okay, put the mouth deep, just a little bit further. The thing is, we need that. Hope it's not gonna infect anything. Okay, let's see what this one is. But I think I already got one of those. Probably could have just sold it, but... I ain't falling for that. I'm pretty sure that's one of those big crabs. Okay, that's the only issue with this. It's like this area is maze-like, so we're gonna have to, like, you know, take it really slow so we don't run into anything. Okay, at least, you know, we can see in the distance where those things are. What just jumped in my... I swear this thing just moved. Here, if I... Water. Darn it! I couldn't tell. See, it's... God, I hate when they do this. Just out of nowhere, everything escalates. Alright, here. Okay, and that was just messed up because, like, I literally, you know, couldn't get out of the menu. Yeah, I'm gonna kick banishment on. Let's see, I'll try... Back off. What do you want, Gator? Okay, I'm gonna circle all the way back around. I know what it is. It's because, like, you know, my sanity, like, you know, dipped so much. Now watch you slapping it, punk. Okay. Keep on chasing me. Get a rude awakening, dude. And get around over here. Alright, here we go. I think I should be able to repair this. Well, I don't need that right now anyway, but... I barely even got in that time. Alright. Dock real quick. Thankfully, it's not a big area. All things considered. Yeah, I mean, that kind of sucked. I think this should be about everything you wanted. Opabina, Boreapsis, yeah. I got some of this stuff to take back with me, as much as I don't want to even have this stuff on my ship. Yeah, healed. Okay, let's hope enough time passed, like, while I was in there doing that to... Nothing. Ew. Wait, I think that's what you needed. Nipponites. Okay, I'll read everything when I get back. I'll read it. Damn birds, dude. And I don't have ban. I hate these things so much. I hate those stupid birds. mean, it's on me for not resting or whatever because I didn't want the fish to go stale, but god, those things suck. They took everything except for one. Now I gotta get the one in the pot again. Yeah, let's see them come back and try that again. If I would have had banished, oh no, they wouldn't have, like, they wouldn't have left with anything. But that's what's frustrating. It feels like, you know, you get punished because, you know, you gotta go into this or whatever. You gotta go into this stuff right here, whatever, just to be able to, you have to go into this, and I feel like this affects your sanity. Like, I don't know if it does, but... Okay, we got another one. That one's stale. I might want to go and just catch another one anyway. I mean, like, as long as it's not rotten, but I don't know if I'm gonna get back to that... Get back over there in time. Like, keep on wanting to try to take them all in one go, but then something happens. Just to make sure. So those birds take my stuff now. Oh, that's actually cool looking. The cold wind blows through a skeletal frame, condensing into the light of a ghostly aura. That actually is spooky looking, but also very beautiful. It's actually not really like a terrifying looking fish or creepy. I mean, that just looks awesome. That one I didn't actually really seem like, you know... That was a neat looking fish. So maybe like my sanity doesn't go up or whatever, but it doesn't dip like, you know. Alright, so I remember I went past the crab before. There's more of the scoop. See, it's right there. That's what the problem is. Like when that splash happens. And it'll just hit you out of nowhere. At least we got that back. And of course, now they want to give me the folds of flesh, contract, and rhythmic waves, roving ceaselessly towards its target. Now they want to give me the aberration of it when I really don't need. Okay. Get back out here. There's too many of these things. I want to see what this is. Ooh, wait, we needed that too, didn't we? Hang on, I got an idea. Gotta hurry about this. Darn it, go! Oh my god. Yeah, this whole area is like definitely working against me. It seems like each time it's getting harder and harder. Okay, I'm gonna go in here, hope that I can score like you know what I need. Oh, you little... Get out. Okay, that's everything I need. I'm going back. Well, God, please let me make it out the Leviathan popping up. Screw it, I've had enough. Wrong thing. That whole spot right there was an absolute pain. Also got like there's a these thing going on. Yeah, they threw like a lot at me right there, and also I guess like the whole fat area being like a smaller area made it trickier in ways. Like I said, I don't really need your help with like knowing where it is. Okay, I think all right. At least this one wasn't infected. Not like it really matters in the end. Alright. Resembling a gargantuan fanged tarpon, this prehistoric predator is known to eat prey the size of a human whole. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna go and put it on off my ship. Wait, he didn't need this one, did he? He didn't. He didn't need it. He didn't need it. A clawed proboscis passes through the backwards facing mouth, flaps on the segments of the body propelled through the water. The other thing he takes them while when they're not infected, or when they are infected. Twisted shell houses this small creature with eyes and tentacles flowing from the opening. I like how like a lot of them are basically just sound like they're just basically the aberrations without being aberrations.
We're the corporation leadership here. I have to focus. There are pressures acting upon me. We must now know where these creatures entered, where the blood. He places the specimen in a large metal chamber before sealing the lid. A motor runs briefly and a pressure gauge on this chamber rises. The Elder communicates in power. He flips a large switch, and the metal chamber begins to spin, slowly at first, then accelerating until the whole thing is a blur. What is that called? I think, is that a centrifuge? Or something similar to a centrifuge? I believe that's what it's called. I need to brush up on my science and biology. Needles etched into a graph paper, transcribing the scent of something. Scratch out at speed. A dark fluid rises from a tube connected to the chamber. Not yet. Pure. We need more. Down. Deeper. Saints of Nautica, dude. Outside executives talking to the foreman. We're almost there. Give it another push. How much power can we give this thing? Sir, I do think we really shouldn't. Xander shoots at the foreman a glance, disdain and dismissal lacing the bustle on his face. The foreman backs down defeated. I just want to throw him over the side so badly. Yes, I'm setting the drill to full power, sir. Machinery in the drill tower steps in overdrive, blurring the air with the sound of gears turning. Where's that noise?
See? Now look what you done. Yeah, please, go after them now. I didn't do it this time. It's what I said. I think. Well, congratulations, guys. You done pissed off the Leviathan. And I'm the one that's gonna steer my boat out there with this thing around. As the roar of the giant creature fades, it leaves behind a silence on all that witnessed it. Faces stare from windows and hands grips railings, trying to process the specimen. Oh, I ain't got to process anything. I've seen him three or four times already. I know about it. Which is why I was trying to tell you guys y'all shouldn't be doing this.
Gosh, that must have been the thing that got our equipment material shipments. And now it's coming for the rig.
And me. Murmur panic begins to rise from the onlookers.
No. We're close now, and it knows it. How long will it take for the drill to break through the next layer?
You want more.
It still has a little way to go, but you can't be serious, surely. Not with that thing in the water. Our lives are in danger. You want to keep drilling. Get it done.
Please let that thing come back and just go pure Pac-Man fever on him, please. You know, I hope that thing goes like, you know, full on hungry hippo on you. Zeta turns and walks away towards his office, leaving the foreman shaking his head.
He's insane. What the hell are we doing here? This is drill. Whatever's down there, we shouldn't be disturbing it. Fisherman, you gotta help us. You won't listen to reason, but absolutely listen to an operational setback.
So, a little bit of destruction, huh? Alright. Lay it on me. What you got in mind?
We can't shut down the drill ourselves, not without repercussions from the oil corporation following us for the rest of our lives. If it were to be damaged by the force of nature or force of the deep, we have no choice but to abandon our positions. I know it sounds crazy, but if the defenses were to stop operating suddenly, it would leave the drill vulnerable. Please have a think. See what you can do.
You see, here's what I could do going by the main story. I've got a book. All I gotta do is throw that book into the ocean or whatever, and I can wreck that foreman's, you know, world, you know, in 5 seconds. I mean, it's gonna wreck the whole world in general, but... Actually, I can't remember if, like which ending it was, where I think you gotta throw the book over, or I think you gotta read from it. But either way, I can wreck this guy. All I need to do is just, like, use, like, you don't know the power of words. He's trying to use, like, powers of persuasion or whatever, or force persuasion. I got, like, you know, some friends, like, deep beneath the waves or wherever. I don't think will be happy with what he's doing. I can give them a little bit of a call. I got their phone book. You walk the perimeter of the tower. One of the electrical panels hasn't been sorted. You open the panel. Inside, a bundle of cables travels from a black box of the height of the tower. The black box is a number of empty slots on the top, one of which has a module inserted into it. It's labeled Flea in electrical tape. Considering this is her invention, perhaps the researcher in Stellar Base would have some advice. Yeah, I could just rip it out. Oh. Well.
Closer.
Pure Devon spine. The wretches, where are they? Dunkleostus. Sea Scorpion. Giant dragon. Well, at least... I wonder the giant dragonfish may actually be like a special ship. A special one over there. And you know, that might be the reason we saw the apparition of the one fish back. You know, I wonder if we could be going back to like the Pale Reach. And that might be the reason we saw like the other fish there. Like all these fish maybe came in with this update. And the one we saw at the Pale Reach. I don't think he's okay, but... Yeah, if we check the Pale Reach here... I think I... That's oceanic. Yeah, see, it's showing like a bunch here that we hang... Alright, yeah, so look... Yeah. So obviously there's some here that look like, you know, they just came... Like, they're just like, you know, new versions of the crafts. And maybe it's just like I didn't catch them. I don't know. Alright, I feel like they added them in. I'm confused about some of these, though. It shows like that right there. It's got like that thing over it. Like it's showing like a yellow border. Or maybe just because we ain't caught them yet. That's probably what it is. Well, no, because... I don't know, maybe it's because they're trophy things, where I need to figure out what that black and yellow border is. If we look at Pale Reach... We do ice. Yeah, see, let me see what that yellow and black border is real quick on stuff. Okay, apparently it's saying a special fix for fish from the iron rig. Trying to stick a summer sands from the iron rig. But I'm just confused. I'm trying to look it up real quick because they're saying it's from the iron rig, but I mean I see that symbol and everything, so maybe it is like, you know, special. Hang on. I don't know, maybe it actually does have to just do with the iron rig. But I don't remember that being like, that's the thing. I feel like if it was in the pale reach where we would have saw that before. And I did do the thing in the pale reach where I caught everything. I'm guessing they did just add it in. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to it. Right now we got other stuff we got to focus on. Alright. Now we're able to do volcanic, so I'll just go ahead and just rest up. After I just go ahead and sell all these infected fish. Kind of like getting at least kind of a grasp of what to do next. I was gonna ask if he was okay. I mean, very subjective, but
The inevitable conclusion.
he rocks back and forth, hands shading his eyes from the harsh lights above.
Our work almost complete.
Okay.
Ah.
All right, so we're going like just. We got 3 of these. I'll just put them in storage. At the very least, it seems like it actually, you know, gives like a very optimal place to put them in storage out of the way, which is pretty cool. All right, so next up, we already got like the rod we need. Let's go ahead and like, you know, just yes, problem is I'll make repairs when we get to the island. I'm not really gonna worry about siphoning anything this time. It seems like it doesn't really matter, like, you know, cleaning the waters up where everything still come at me. I'll throw this in the storage as well. This is not gonna, there's nothing like biological infect in there. You still need, like, you know, work on the factory too. Alright, let me go ahead and like rest, and hopefully that'll give, like, you know, the spot over there where we normally get our crates. Maybe it'll give it time to respawn some. It should be the last upgrade we gotta get for over here. And also gotta, you know, go by the island too. He did want us to go to the volcanic area, right? Pretty sure of that, because I think that's where, like, the sea scorpions are. Well, I don't know if I actually caught them over there before. I mean, I couldn't have because they're supposed to be new. Definitely seems like, you know, a spot where, like, they would have them. Okay, and this will be, like, all we need, like, to finish, like, you know... Should be the last upgrade we need. Alright, there's that. Okay, so do this and... Where's he at? I heard him. I was checking around for him. I'm telling you, they done made that Leviathan mad as hell. And I'm out here in the middle of it. Yeah, I was kind of more concerned about the ocean. I mean, the sky looks great, but, you know, when you got, like, a giant leviathan, like, you know, flying around, like, you know, swimming around.
Huh.
They'll do it for the factory.
Battery's running at peak efficiency. We got all we need. So... Oh, that's cool. And that's nifty. We still gotta make it. But we need rod for it, so we actually have to like. All right, so it's gonna take a little more to actually make it. When we can just buy like some of this stuff. All right, but that's actually gonna be pretty handy for trying to catch any of these fish we need. So yeah, it's catered to aberrations, crabs, and exotic bait. Personally, I kind of wish we could actually just like buy it. At least we can get the mixed bait to put in up there. Okay, so. We'll head to the island first. We'll head over to the Devil's Spine, thankfully, is like right over there. I'm not worried about going to Stellar Basin right yet. We're just gonna... Did I retrieve my... My stupid self didn't retrieve my traps from Twisted Strands. Well, good thing I think... I'm not bothering going back to Twisted Strands right yet. I'll go... Okay, that thing is nearby. I can go back and get them later. And I said I was gonna stop leaving like my stuff like around, but it'll give them like a chance to catch more stuff anyway. So okay, and I can see Devil's Spine from here. Now this area gets like really interesting because Jeremy was talking about the sky. Wait till you get over here. I think that, yeah, the sky like changed. Yep, here it goes. I don't know if it's necessarily entirely the sky or whatever, it's just like everything else. Yeah, the sky doesn't really change, but everything else around it or wherever, like, yeah. Yeah, this area is pretty wild with how it looks. Like everything just turns like orange. Okay, we need this. Pretty sure that's a sea dragon. Giant dragonfish. Okay, so it wasn't a legendary. They're right there. Yeah, this area is pretty visually striking. But also, like, if you play the spot, I'm just going to tell you, I will, without worrying, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. It's not to take away from it. It's still a pretty cool spot, but... Well... Cool, being not literal, more metaphorical. Because there's definitely nothing cool about this place. It's basically... Right, I forgot, like, my... It's all good. I mean, I'm not in a hurry right here. Sawfish. I don't think you need a sawfish. That one is new. Alright, these sharks use their saws to scythe through prey. Any teeth lost are never replaced. Hardcore. Pale lights are strung along its body, shining through the deep. So it's basically like, yes, it's a walking LED light, LED strip. Or it's a swimming LED strip. Okay, it's another dragonfish. See, and it gets even crazier at night when you see like it goes from orange to pure, just blood red. Ah, crap! I forgot about these things. That's why this area is a pain. Okay, the good news is some of the spots I gotta check out here aren't like right there in the middle of it. I don't want photo mode. It's just these. The problem is these stupid anglerfish. Okay, never mind. I think all right, yeah, it turns blood red due to this. Okay, never mind. So at night is nothing, but like, okay, I got mixed up. This ain't good though, where I am right now. I'm about to get attacked by Sunday night. Beyond cheap, dude. Beyond cheap. That's why I'm not a fan of this area. I mean, it's okay, but God knows. And I just got, all right, here it is. Oh, are these? Yep. I left have I ever got a squat lobster before? I can't remember if that's new or not. Covered in tiny bristles and spines, this creature is thought to be blind. They process toxins spilled from hypothermal vents. Volcano snail. This hefty beast lives around hypothermal vents. Its foot is coated in hundreds of iron plates, which means you could catch the snail with a magnet. I don't recall. That's the only thing about it is like it's. I got like these. I don't know if I caught them before or not. I'm at least gonna read them off just to be safe. All right. Oh yeah, I dealt with these things in Dave the Diver. One of the first apex predators. This bony-plated giant crushes its prey with the strongest jaws ever known to exist. So we got 2 of them we need. That dragonfish is probably... Alright, still fresh, so we're good. Is it snake-back mackerel? Well, it ain't fake mackerel. I'm worried if I go to sleep. Okay, we're on the side of caution because it's close. What the fudge? It just like it was like a bunch of trash bags. Like, yeah, it's really good. They actually bought it back. I would highly suggest it. I played it when it first like was on this limited release. I will say, what I loved about it, I mean, I did it all in one stream, so I went in and found like every action figure. I'll just say there's like little figures you can collect as collectibles. See, now look what happened. I'm trying to like watch out for that stupid, you know, Leviathan or whatever. And I bopped into something. As I will say, as far as like one figure in particular, like the very last one I had to find, I'm not gonna like spoil it. I'm just gonna say, make sure that, I want to like say it without spoiling it for you, because I just don't want you to go through what I dealt with, like, you know, with like this one figure I wasn't able to find. I'll just say, make sure wherever you go, explore every area all the way to the right. That's all I'm gonna say. I was trying to say that, like, I'm not telling you where the figure was, but just make sure that, you know, you explore where every area you check, always look all the way to the right, as far as you can go. Because one of them, like, you know, was hidden in a very, you know, dick fashion by the devs. That's all I'm going to say, but I tried to do that without being spoilerific. Okay. I think this thing was still fresh when I got over here. Okay. Alright, now we need a Viticulolia and a sea scorpion. Totally will have that caught by the time we get back. But again, this is the fact this thing, like, basically just, like, you know, just slices stuff with its mouth, and if it breaks its teeth where it's like, alright, whatever, fine. I ain't need it anyway. I'm still gonna eat.
Ah.
I wanted to read about, like, the trash fish right here. A tangle of ribbons stream behind the fish. Its form converging across a shadowy head. A strip slides away, retreating to the depths. It just looks like a trash bag. Alright. It's a nice little... Now, before I head back over there, I'm going to do a resty rest. At the very least, if I can go and finish the main story tonight, I'll work on finding, like, try to find, like, the other fish tomorrow. I'm relatively sure we might be able to finish this DLC up tomorrow. Or finish everything tomorrow. Okay, we got that little bit of damage. That's not going to be a problem. That's not going to, like, really set us back in any way. Okay, I was about to check the map, but I remember, like, you know, the columns over there. Did I... Okay, making sure. Alright, now with any luck... So what I feel like I should do... Okay, I think that's just like a... Yeah, okay, that was like just like a little bleed through thing of like the, crack underneath. I feel like what I should do... Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else, but it does have replayability as far as, like, you know, stuff you can collect. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil anything else. It's definitely worth it. I mean, I wish they could have done more with the DLC, but at least I do know we got, like, more Data Diver stuff coming. Like, you know, it's... Alright, all we got now is, like, spider crabs, and... I feel like I can go ahead and just take these. And go sell them. Darn, still not what we need. Take all. Okay. We'll leave these out here. Let it keep doing its thing. Yeah, that's why I got confused about with the red sky. I thought it did that originally, but yeah, it just does it like when you're close to that. Still, the fact it does it at night and everything, like, still lights up red is really cool. Yeah, that stupid thing right there. Well, she's not going to be a problem for me at the moment as long as I just stay out of her way. Okay, so we still need that scorpion fish. There was another one we needed. That's what we need right there. Problem is... Okay, I'll gladly get rid of one of these smaller things just to be able to... That thing's like... Ugh, look at... Not much is known about this alien-looking creature. The fossil record dates us back to the Cambrian period. Yeah, we can go back. That thing looks spoopy. It just looks like very bitey, like very fangy. Okay, let's go and sell all these. Repair that one spot. Well, actually, before I do that. So I got these right out here. Ooh! Umbriel puppet, what in the... Oh my god. Long limbs hang idly from a body mounted with blackened spears. It waits for the call of the void. Let me turn... Oh my god. Okay, that's one of the creepiest ones I've seen so far. And do I want to put the... okay, no, okay, yeah, alright, no, I just made that look very provocative. I gotta get rid of these right now. That thing is... Oof. It's like a xenomorph crab. Okay, and that's a massive. Is the other one a reinforced? If it's a reinforced, whatever, that can... Yeah, like I said, I only like really care about having the reinforced ones now. I'm about to get this thing off my boat. That thing's gotta go. Go away. 141 for it. Okay, we're gonna need to keep that still fresh. Okay. Yeah, what I'm doing, the reason I haven't repaired my ship yet is I'm gonna repair all this in one go. So I can pick it up. Can I pick you up? Okay, I said I want to go around and clean up my crab pots. Now we're gonna have ourselves a bit of a problem here, and I'm bet that if I don't watch it, so. I thought they were broken. That's right, we repaired them, okay. Only problem is, we'll run that one issue we had before. So I'll sell, like, I'll keep this one, and I'll put the other one away. Like I said, I'm mainly just, like, using, like, the, reinforced, but... Just 'cause, like I said, if I do, like, the whole thing where I try to sell, like, whatever, it's gonna, like, sell all my fish, and I don't want to, like, to worry about that again. Alright. Okay. Was the crab thing over here? Okay, y'all need to get... Okay, y'all can stop that right now, or as you will. I might as well go and pick this up. Alright, ugh. Y'all nasty. Yeah, you go ahead and separate yourselves, alright? Y'all need a cold shower. Okay, now where's the... because we still need this... Yeah, it's all the way over here. Yay me. That's not what I need. Sable Reacher. Wings of muscle spin their webs between inky black legs. A gloomy core grows in... Well, that's not as creepy as the other one was. Believe you me. I'm just getting frustrated. It's not like getting me what I need yet. I guess we'll go back and turn this one in. Just go ahead and have it turned in. But I want to do it all in one go. We already like missed that point anyway. There's a stupid... Well, that was what I thought it was. swear I think that Leviathan was trying to get after me again. And that's when I hate those stupid lights, because they can catch you out of nowhere before you can even turn the light out. Dude, take your samples. And now we just need to get that sea scorpion. Okay, we just gotta catch a sea scorpion, now we're done. Alright. Once again, go to the generator. Alright. Just give me a chance to rest up. I don't have to worry about anything going rotten. You know, just go out there one more time and hopefully... Now, one can only hope that, like, you know, the nets... Like, the, pots will have what I need now. But yeah, I know, like, the sign was talking about, like, you know, how much would it take, like, you know, to crack one more area. Only thing I can think of is the Pale Reach. I mean, I guess it could make sense they go back there or whatever, you know, but... I mean, like, the DLC would actually link between each other, which you normally don't see that often, which would be pretty cool. Because really, the Pale Reach only, like, open up, like basically the main thing was they open up a new spot for us to explore. Okay, let's hope we got what we need now. Not there. See, and that's what's frustrating about that. Like, he's only trying to... There it is. Sea scorpion. Capable of injecting his prey with venom, these giant scorpions are formidable predators of the seafloor. It'd probably be best if you just pick them up, and then they'll pick up everything that's in them along with it. And the question is, will we have space? Alright, we are good. Okay, let's turn this back in, and then we can continue forward. But yeah, you just need a sea scorpion. Thankfully, it was just like all it took was like one quick trip back over, which I would have waited a little bit longer, but... I said, we're gonna know here if I end up going back to the Pale Reach. And if so, that'd be pretty neat. That it would actually... Because normally in a lot of games you don't see, like, you know, one DLC linked to a previous, like a separate one. But again, it would make sense because the Pale Reach is, hey, like, stopping right in here. That spot right there. And they did have, like, you know, apparently there was, like, possibly some more fish there that I ain't caught yet. Alright. Oh, so pure. Alright, yeah, whatever. Shotgun speed, he rushes toward the table, grabbing at the corpses. Shade that burst. The shade that burst through the blackboard barely resembles a scientist, no longer meek and coward, now a frightened visage of stretched skin and sharp teeth. With a sickening crunch, he bites down to the sea scorpion carcass, black liquid dripping from his mouth. I wonder if it would have been like whatever one you put there last would have actually, like, you know, been the one he ate. Because I did put the sea scorpion last. That's some badass design right there. His terrible head snaps up to lock eyes with yours. A feral cry rises from his lungs, pointing an accusatory scream with freshly born claws pointing your direction. You're the one that wanted the fish in the first place. Limbs overcome by frantic spasms, he stumbles towards the nearest window, slowly at first and arriving at considerable speed. And see, that was wild, because that's another thing, too. You don't normally see actual character models in this. You don't actually see, like, you know, physical people in this. I mean, there's the hooded figures you find on the islands, but normally you don't actually really usually see the people you're talking to. So that was a difference. That was something there. The aberrated form of the sinus crashes through the glass, diving out beyond the deck of the platform, down, hitting the water, and disappearing into the deep. Yeah, the Leviathan can have him. Well, there goes my science lab. Not like he was... Okay, that was pretty awesome, though. Alright. So at least assign us a quest log, because, you know, it's done. Alright. Go ahead and, like, you know, get, like, all these, Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything else for that. I think, I'm having a feeling that, because I think the defenses... So, that's the thing about it. He doesn't want me to bring him any more samples, so there was nothing about the Pale Reach. So we may not be linking it. The Pale Reach just maybe there's like one more fish there. Where, like, I swear, like we caught all the fish, like, you know, when we did the Pale Reach DLC. They just added one in. All right. Generator.
Ah.
So really, all else we gotta do now is we need to go and talk to what's her name, back at Stellar Basin. These are basically linked. Alright, Stellar Basin we go. Yeah, it definitely kind of feels like we're getting towards, like, endgame here. Make sure I got, like, the right way. We're gonna speed things up a little bit. I don't necessarily need to use this. I can just use Banish. But this is a free, basically a free Banish, so. Well, not Banish, a free Manifest. Then we'll rest up, and then we'll head on the rest of the way. And from there, I have a feeling we should be about done with the DLC, or like with the story bits of this. And then next, from there, I can just like start focusing on trying to go everywhere and find all the aberrations. Because once I'm actually focused entirely on that, that's not gonna take too long. So I'm pretty sure I should be able to, like, maybe, like, find everything during tomorrow's stream as long as I focus purely on the aberrations. And there is ways I can raise, like, you know, my chances of finding them, so. Part of me is considering, like, maybe going around the night, maybe trying to clean up a lot of this stuff up post-stream, but I don't know. I don't necessarily have to. Okay, like I said, don't really think it has, like, it basically, I guess maybe it could make it where, like, I won't be, like, have to worry about as many bubbles or anything popping up. But I think, like, as long as I've got, like, my sanity's, you know, taking some hits, I'm probably gonna still deal with the tentacles and all that anyway. But I do know, like, you know, the tentacles over there, so, you know, they attack more than the random ones you see out at sea. Because you will see, like, you know, random, like, Kraken tentacle pop up, like, while you're out exploring. But it seems like they have, like, a lot more in that. But I think they're actually a little bit smaller, too. Okay, let's see which side she's on. Yeah, over the old fortress. I think that thing in there is still freaky, though. Okay, let's see what she's got to say this time. Oh, hello again. What do you need? About those defenses on the rig? Oh, I hope they worked. Yeah, they worked. Good. It's always nice to have additional data plans. Anything else about those defenses? The workers on the rig want me to find a way to sabotage them. Found their conscious, have they? I suppose they wanted to look like an accident. They wouldn't want to face the course wrath if they were found culpable. I do have a pleasingly elegant idea, actually. We don't have to sabotage the defenses in a traditional sense. You recall they emit a sort of word at the moment. They're broadcasting a warning fleet. You want us to switch it to where we're basically, you know, going to open up all you need buffet for something. But we can change that. I have other recordings of other words instead of warning. It could broadcast an invitation. There's one in particular I've been referring to by its closest human analog, Rise. A present blueprints of the module, you have to assemble and shots. Anything. So basically, we're just about, so yeah, we're literally about to summon it. Alright, so what we got going on here? Alright. Alright, go right, expedite things. That's the reason I didn't use the actual banish. I like used manifest, because I was gonna need it here. See, the thing is, what kind of changed my mind about this is, like, after seeing, like, you know, Leviathan, like, you know, constantly, like, you know, swimming around. If I got a chance to, like, I'll find a reason to expedite, like, you know, getting back. And he's like, done try to eat me multiple times. I ain't taking no chances.
Huh.
You know, in last stream of this, you know, it did eat me. There's operation in a minute. All right. All right. I have to find and loose. It's a good thing I kept these on hand. Because that's actually hard to get in the crates. I'm just gonna go out and get one crate real quick. Yeah, kind of like, you know, future-proof that. Oh, is it gonna be the one time I don't sleep, like, you know, when I'm he's paranoid about all his surroundings or whatever, and watch the, like, that Leviathan pop up. That's all I need. Alright, please, James, please be wrong. Please be wrong about what you just said. Of course, it probably wouldn't have caught me anyway, because I've gotten away from it, like, from further away anyway. Remove the old module and insert a new one. As it clicks into place, the sound from the tower changes to a deep rumble. Okay, I'm just going to clarify. Whatever happens ain't my fault. Seems like y'all need to evacuate. I mean, I don't know how this happened. I mean, it's just such a travesty here. I mean, Levy, get the hell away. All right, we got a crisis we're trying to make here. You need to take your ass on. I just had my crisis averted by a crisis. Okay, never mind. Well, they left. The scraps of metal still falling from that destroyed drill tower. The executive's board, his helicopter rotor's already spinning. I would totally wish that he would have. I was hoping we were going to get him. He got away. See, this is why I wish they would let me push him over. I like how this rotor's already spinning. Like, he was good to go. He was, you said everyone all right? All accounted for in the factory. Yep, I'm just fine. I guess we'll wait for our airlifts out of here. There's no way of traveling anywhere in my boat. Like, yeah, just leave that to me, why don't you? Yeah, I'll sit tight for now. Fishermen, the main buildings are mostly undamaged, so if you need stuff made, we can sort you out. So I'm guessing what this basically means is that they're going to be indefinitely waiting for a way out that probably ain't going to come. See, that's the thing y'all need to understand. I mean, whatever it is down there, it's not after y'all, it's after me. I mean, I'm the one that's been... Alright. So we basically just completed the Iron Rig Rogues. I will say the ending there was kind of, I guess, slightly anticlimactic. I personally wish that the boardman would have got eaten. I know that sounds really bad, but how much of a jerk he was, the fact he actually got away. Possibly somewhere up in his helicopter, you know, waving his fist like, you know, like he's Dr. Claw or something. Like, just, you know, basically, like, you know, yelling out, like,
I'll get you next time, fisherman. Next time.
Or something like that. But I just can't believe the jackass got away. That's what frustrates me about this. You know, I was really hoping that usually when you see something like this, when you got, like, the oily, you know, like just the very disgusting, you know, corporate scumbag or whatever, 9 times out of 10 a situation like this is like, I demand that you keep this operation going. I don't care about this Lovecraftian entity that's going to kill everyone. I don't care if the world gets destroyed. I want my money. You know, usually they get their comeuppance, but no, he just gets in the helicopter and leaves. And now I'm the one that's got to deal with the Leviathan. That's what frustrates me about that. That was a very anticlimactic ending. I was really wishing that... Oh, they would have kept drilling. Oh, yeah. I mean, we totally would have summoned something worse. It's kind of like one reason why I wanted to tell the form was like, no, let them keep drilling. Go ahead. You know, but that's what sucks. I feel like I was at... I mean, unless there's something else to this. Which I don't think there is. Because we got everything upgraded. Let me actually check the trophies or whatever, see if there might be something else for, like, the actual... I don't know if it's going to be anything tied to the, Iron Rig. Yeah, hold on. Let me actually just check the Iron Rig DLC. See if there's anything else to it. Yeah, we're not quite done with the Iron Rig DLC, but it's probably just... Catch all aberrations in the Iron Rig. Catch all known species of fish in the Iron Rig. And catch a total of 10 dark canisters. Collect a total of 10 dark canisters, which we're going to get that eventually anyway. Catch any exotic aberration. Evade that which stalks or disturbs sediment. Excuse me, what the hell are you talking about with, like... Evade that which stalks or disturbs sediment. Normally I wouldn't do this, Rogues, but I'm just curious. They said disturb sediment. They've been drilling. I'm thinking that what they're trying to say is I'm going to encounter... Like, I'm going to try to, like, see if I can do this, like, it's... Hold up. So... Alright. Apparently that's something to do with that blobby thing that we've seen. That blobby thing that's like, you know, I was just trying to confirm that. It has something to do with it. So we've already seen it anyway. It's that one big, you know, thing that's like attacked me like when I was inside that substance. So that's what that pertains to. See, that's the thing right here. So it says catch unknown species of fish in the Pale Reach. So that basically kind of shows they had something in like to the Pale Reach after the Iron Rigs. We 100%ed both here. So yeah. I feel like I'm probably gonna, like, you know, try to focus on maybe doing the DLC tomorrow. But I am kind of curious about that Pale Reach fish they were talking about. I want to at least try to see about going and doing that when I close this out. At least I'll show you guys the Pale Reach or whatever, because I think we may start that off tomorrow, so I think there's only like maybe like what, maybe, was there only like one fish they were saying there? Let me check this real quick. Let me check the guide again. Encyclopedia, we'll just say for ice. Because there's only like, yeah, there's only one fish we ain't caught in the Pale Reach. And it's the aberration of the sleeper shark. So I could go for that one. I was trying to remember exactly where the sleeper shark would be. I don't know if I'm actually going to go for catching it tonight. I'm at least going to go over to the Pale Reach real quick and we'll get started over there tomorrow. Just has like one spot where like just... And it says, and now like was letting let's clear out the exotic aberration. So we can start off with like that one and get that trophy out of the way tomorrow. So really, as far as like the Pale Reach is concerned, it'll be a straight shot. As long as I can keep straight. Well, the thing about the Pale Reach or whatever, I don't ever talk about that or like that blob thing. The Pale Reach actually is like one of the most visually striking areas in the game. It's definitely one of my favorites because, you know, it's they got Willy and Wilma. Cause it's compared to like the Devil's Spire, it's an ice biome. It's like all the fish there are, you know, glacial or whatever, or Arctic fish. The only thing, because I just thought about it, that we're gonna have to deal with there or whatever is this one jerk that's there. We're gonna have to deal with the freaking narwhal. I forgot all about that stupid narwhal. We're gonna have to deal with him while we're there. Yeah, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see. There's this... I forgot all about it. I forgot all about this thing. But the good news is we ain't gonna have like any of this, you know, goop stuff there if I'm right. I want to say I think that might be the Pale Reach right there. Pretty sure that should be Pale Reach. So you can guys kind of tell it's starting to get snow in the air, so you can kind of tell it's changing. Well, no, I mean, I don't know if it could just be like standard snow or whatever, or... Because we're not quite at the Pale Reach yet or whatever, so it shouldn't be... I think it's just because it's... Okay, it's mainly just because it's raining and everything. I was about to say, like, we'll know, like, the Pale Reach when we get there. I'm just gonna, like, also just stop right here, because you never know when that Leviathan will pop up. Oh, that's right. I only can't remember if I talked to her before. So you even know module in the Pacific area than I am. There are a few shark species around, most notably whales, huge whale shark. They tend to prefer the warmer waters around Stellar Basin. They're completely harmless, as I'm sure you know, but do be careful around them. You wouldn't want your proposed causing them any injury. I think she basically, because that's the thing about it, the game did add in the photography function. I think that's basically her way of telling you there's one particular thing you want to get a picture of, you know where to find it. I mean, all things considered, it really feels like we are mostly done with the iron rig stuff outside just looking for the fish. Okay, yeah, and there's Pale Reach. I mean, I may try to see if I can go for, like, finding the, that aberration. But I don't think I'm really gonna need anything to really boost my chances of it, because, I mean, I've got, like, you know, plenty of... Yeah, this is kind of like, outside the narwhal, this is, like, one of my favorite little spots. Just because it's just, like, it's a ice area. Yeah, we did all that. Alright. See, I probably should have went on and grabbed my... Like, I'm gonna, like, you know, have to go back to, Devil Spire to pick up my, Yeah, it's probably would have been nice to see. So I'm trying to, like, you know, think, like... Oh, yeah. Pun, intended or not intended. But yeah, yeah, this is actually from the Pale Reach DLC. So this isn't part of the base game. You get this, like, you know, post-game. Or I highly recommend playing this after the main story. Yeah, this is definitely, like, you know, a pretty awesome spot. Just, you know, visually and everything. The only thing is, like, there's only one fish we gotta find here. Waiting for that jackass to show up. Yep, there he is. And he's coming right towards me. Yeah, this thing, guys. So there's this narwhal that will not leave you the hell alone if you don't watch it. And you can banish him and everything, but most of the time, like, you know, the main way to get rid of him is, like, appease him with fish, from what I remember. But this guy is a jerk. That's the only catch about this. It's like an awesome looking area, but yeah, you know, just know there's a narwhal. He's got a serious attitude problem. Back here's the spot I was wanting to go check anyway. Once I think I actually... Can I break through this? Like, no. Okay, I think I actually got the thing that allowed me to break through all that. That was a power-up. I can't remember. I keep getting turned around. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. See, I'm hoping this might be what I think it is back here. If it is... Yeah, you guys see right here, this also is like a giant narwhal as well. This is like part of the story, that's all I'm going to say. Just need to remember, like, you know, just try to think about where I caught the sleeper shark before. Because once I know where the sleeper shark is, it's probably going to be a matter, it may be like I only catch like a certain number of them. And I think I'll know like it when I see it, but it's probably going to be one of those things I'm going to like, you know, keep on like, you know, it's probably going to be like a definitely tricky to catch its aberration. I just got to like remember where I caught it at. I think like, you know, usually the exotics are only like in one particular spot. I'll just go and speed things up real quick to see if we can find out where it is, so we'll know where to start things off tomorrow. I'm gonna look up, since I caught it before, just need like a quick refresher. Okay. So it basically said like G7. Alright. So we're gonna have us a little bit of a problem on catching it though. So the good news is, going by this, you know, this is basically it. This is like the spot we need to be at. We're where the shark is. So I called it on that. It is in this area. The bad news is that it's not going to respawn naturally, so we're going to have to use exotic bait to get it to respawn. So it definitely could take some time to do so. The only thing I'm concerned about with that is that, you know, I'm hoping we maybe use a combination of exotic and like, we already got like some of this. I'm wondering though. Says using aberration bait in the open ocean is the only way to catch the deep form. Spawns a fishing spot when used, which can contain non-exotic aberration. Okay, good to know at least on that. Well, I mean, since we know basically how to make no more of it, but I'm gonna try something real quick. Because we're gonna have to go and get some bait made anyway. But I just want to kind of show you guys the tail reach. But at least we know where to find like the aberration for the sleeper shark, which I came here or whatever, and I basically already knew it anyway. Or I had like location anyways. I guess it's kind of like from like some. Because went back here to see if it was here. I forgot it doesn't spawn normally, but that is like where it would normally show up anyway. I don't know if I actually kind of like subconsciously remembered it or. Yeah, G7, so we're gonna have to go back there. Alright. Now I'm gonna actually try to see if we can try this right here. Let me actually like just look at the what all do we need? Because we're gonna need that exotic bait. The only thing is, it seems like for this one, which really ain't gonna be that bad. The Insta crab or whatever is gonna be like, we really might even really need that. And I don't think we're gonna really need aberrated bait. Because, honestly, I mean, I'd usually like, you know, do just fine with finding aberrations by myself. And the Insta crab would be awesome, but I don't really care about the waiting game on that one. But that exotic bait, where thankfully it's not that hard to make. The only thing I'm concerned about is if it, spawns like, you know, if like when it spawns thing back in, it may end up being like, you know, the same thing. And it also costs like 700 gold, 700 just to make it. So I think that's the blueprint for it, so. We're gonna try making it real quick, just to see what happens. I mean, I'm not gonna go back there just yet, but, thankfully we can buy bait from him. I'm gonna do a quick repair stuff. Okay, and make some, check my storage. I think I had some of this on, backed up. Okay. I just want to see if, like, it's got, like, what's gonna happen if I make it once, if I'm gonna have to, like, supply the money again. It's like you have to, like, supply the money every time. Okay, so it kind of sucks you have to pay 700 every time, but it's also understandable because, like, the exotic fish are, like, the rarest ones in the game, and really, when you think about it, like, 700 is not a huge amount to get as long as you're going out there and, fishing. Because, like, I started, like, to stream, like, at 1,000 or something or whatever, and I was able to get it back up relatively quickly, and that's without me really focusing entirely on catching fish a lot, so 700 is really not that bad. Alright. So that right there is basically all right, but I'm gonna try this real quick. They said I'm just curious if we can catch this thing. And push on the shove, I can just make some more aberrated bait later. And it said, like, it's. Let's see what happens if I use it out here. Oh, what are you? Hello. Skeletal moonfish. Okay, this thing could actually be pretty broken for finding aberrations. We put it, like, in a spot where... My problem is... Don't really do much. It said it's only like we only catch a certain fish like out here if we use it in the ocean. Whereas that was the only shot at it. I can easily make another one. I'm gonna see what happens if I use it here. Like if it acts, because I'm just curious. I'm just hoping. Okay. It's gonna be a waste to do it here. So it's basically kind of showing us right there. So we use it here, it's probably not going to spawn anything. We have to go back to where the fish would normally spawn. Okay. So we'll work on this tomorrow, Rogues. Because like I said, since tomorrow I'll be focused entirely on trying to catch like the new fish or whatever, it shouldn't really take us too long to go through and catch everything. And it's going to be fun. We actually stopped at day 200 on this too, so yay. So yeah. I don't know what time I'm going to be live tomorrow, but again... This is basically, next stream is going to be just focused on, like, clean up, trying to find the rest of these aberrations, and other fish. Because the way we're going to kind of go about this is we just go over here to the cabin, do map, or not map, but go to encyclopedia. We can kind of, like, just go by the marrows or whatever. So we actually kind of do this. Hang on. I kind of, like, want to just try to do the best I can. Just focus entirely on, like, a certain area. Like, per area. So we go over to the marrows. It lets me, that is. Yeah, it was kind of acting weird there. So we do it by each area. It's not really going to help much. That's the only problem. So we're going to have to like, try to figure out like a really solid way to kind of go about doing this. Like we do like coastal. That's probably gonna be our best bet for this or whatever. Like, I don't know. We'll have to like figure out like a really good way to kind of go about like doing this. But as far as like the yeah, again like the snare here is like definitely like it. Too bad it's not like really like heavily streamlined or whatever. It definitely has like a little bit of like working around with it. But really, when you think about it like this, probably the best way to go about it is just by fish type. So, because really we don't have to use that. Cause we go like, let's say we go by coastal, or we go by just purely coastal. It'll tell us what fish we're missing, like if we go by here. So we look over at this, like 21 pages. So the best thing is just go by each, you know, type of ocean, type of water. So we go by coastal or whatever. So we go by this. There's like 2 fish missing, right? One's in the marrows. It's an aberration of it's this one's aberration. It's an aberration of a paddlefish. And yeah, so we got that one, and then I'm pretty sure it's like one more. We're gonna, yeah. So there's one Gale Cliffs. It's the aberration of one that's actually new to the DLC, and really it seems like, you know, the best thing we can kind of look at it, one that actually might help us too, is the factor that it's all gonna probably be tied to the those weird oily things, the puddles, or like, you know, the substances or whatever on the ocean or whatever. So that's like most of the ones we missed or whatever. They had like that signal on them. So it really shouldn't be that hard to actually get the rest of these, because like I said, we're going to go by this. So coastal, turn it back on, go to shallow, only like 4 missing for shallow. Oceanic's got like several missing. So yeah, just doing it by this or whatever, like really it kind of makes it seem like it makes it much easier to see, like just really as much as it seems like there's like a huge amount of fish missing. It's not really a whole lot when you look at it by like, you know, each particular area. And, you know, we just go by coastal, do it like this or whatever. It should make it a whole lot easier to kind of like go through and get the last few fish. So I'm pretty, like, you know, certain we should, for the most part, be able to do this tomorrow. The only thing that's probably going to be a bit of a frustration, even though it's not really a whole lot of them, maybe the crabs. There's, like, a whole bunch of crabs we still need to find, and a lot, it seems like it's mainly their aberrations. But, again, like, you know, with us using, like, you know, that one, the mouth of the deep or whatever, that one crab thing, and also just use, like, you know, just put out a crap load of, like, you know, crab, you know, pots everywhere, shouldn't be much of a problem. But anyways, that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I've got high hopes for tomorrow for finishing this up. You know, actually, you know, concluding my series for Dredge tomorrow. You know, don't really seem like it's gonna be like too difficult. The main thing is gonna probably be like, you know, troubling maybe the exotics. I'm gonna like, you know, look at this one more time too. Because really, what's not really. Yeah, we go over and look at the exotics. Yeah, I think we only probably got like we shouldn't really have like that many more for this, because we look at this. I think it's just like the sleeper shark we got the exotic for. But yeah, I'm gonna go and call it here, and I'll be live, you know, tomorrow, like with more of this. Probably maybe after I go to the gym. And I don't think that's actually exotic right there. It looks like that's just like a. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I think that's just like it's. Yeah, that right there is just like a. It's an aberration of the sailfish. But yeah, like I said, I'll be live tomorrow sometime, like after I go to the gym, more than likely, as we continue this and probably we're going to wrap it up. And I got like some other cool stuff planned for like the rest of the week if we do finish it up tomorrow. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the stream, deeply appreciate if you like, comment, and share. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, I appreciate that as well, since we are kind of 1,000 subscribers on here. With that said, this has been the conclusion of the Iron Rig DLC. Now tomorrow we're going to go in and find the rest of these fish. But until the next one, much love. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me for this one, guys. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thanks for watching.